Well, welcome back, everybody. Been a while. I've been super busy with work and everything. And the stupid internet hasn't been working very well out here lately. I think one of the towers went down or something, so everybody's been bitching about it. But we got some new parts, and we had some parts break, so this is why we're replacing some shit. So, this air valve blew another arrow ring out of it again. This one's blown it twice, and now this one went, so I said, fuck this one. Done with it. I bought a brand new one. We got a new horn for the car. We're trying to get it wired in last night and realized that I have no power all the way out here from the steering column. So what it ends up being is the clocking spring in the column, and I have to replace that. So that's fun. But we did get this side all fiberglassed in so far, and we got the other side fiberglassed and some of the Duraglass going on to get this all smoothed out. We definitely have a lot of sanding to do, and we have to cut this fender. I think we got to take an inch out and then move it in a little bit more because this side's out way too far. But we got most of the wiring done in here. So now we have the whole center console pulled apart again because we got a new air box, one of the AIREJAX. So this thing should work pretty well. All my valves fit in, so I didn't have to get new pieces. The only thing I had to do was get a short line for the air gauge so I know how much pressure is coming into the system. So we got two things of Teflon tape sitting there. So what we're going to be doing tonight is getting that all hooked back up and back in the center console, and then find a new location for the gauge where I want that. Well, now it's going to be time to do a whole bunch of fittings again, and hopefully this one works. So the first thing we're going to do is we've already got a hole cut inside this, so we're just going to measure this and cut the rest of it out and then get it screwed into place. And that way we can put the gauge back in here too. Alright, so now this piece will slide in and out. It's good. I will tape Teflon all these and get all the fittings in. First thing is, I think we'll put the center console back in place. Where we can just run all the lines right in. That will be easier. Fun part is always remembering which way to go with the damn freaking Teflon tape. Of course, figures that one doesn't fit this one. No. New line, new fittings. Okay. This line's going to go in here, and that one's going to go in there. So we'll get this all taped up, and then we'll install it. The fun part's going to be these little, these little ones, I got a Teflon. Oh, that's going to be fun. Of course, I got to find an Allen key for those too. Okay, so put the next ones in. I'm rich. And I'll give you a shot. In. Valves are in. Okay, so next one. Get that one tight. Can't remember what I did. Of course, that wrench doesn't fit that one. Why would it? That one won't fit either, so we gotta go find another wrench. Okay, so we have our lines marked for where we want them. So we're gonna make the two back switches for rears. Rear. These two are gonna be the fronts. We're gonna have to do one at a time. Figures. It's always like that with these. They're so freaking damn close. Tight. Other front in. That was tight. Okay. Line. Hopefully this will be the last time I have to do this again. Okay, tight. Dump everything back in the box. Okay, full room. It's good. Now get this line in. Find out first. Get that line in. There we go. Shove that back in there. Come on. There we go. This here. Okay. Maybe a little too big. I think we are all hooked up. Last thing to do is turn the compressor on. Alright, so got the compressor on. We are building air. I don't hear any leaks yet. So we're climbing. Oh, no, we forgot to hook up the dump valve. So let's hook that up real quick. Alright, so we're up to 60. We're getting there. Oh, we'll let that charge up and we'll go from there. So this gauge is for the back 2 bags. This gauge is for the 2 front bags. So these 2 front, these 2 in the back are my rears. This is your main pressure tank gauge. So we are getting there. We almost 160 now. That's good. So what I was saying about the horn, I'm pushing the horn on no horn. So the steering clock thing, what's inside the steering wheel, must have gotten damaged when I had it off. Because it did work when it was in the other truck. Now it's not working. So I'll have to replace that or just put a push button somewhere for the horn. And we got a new 30 switch for the car. So now that works. Now the taillights don't flutter when they're blinking anymore. They blink normally. So that is good. See where we a little bit higher. Let's see. $160 almost. And it takes about 200 psi to get the front of the car to come up, so we got a little bit longer and we'll be able to raise the front of the car. And we got one more bracket to make for this. We'll drill our 2 more holes and then we can run our bolts down in. The self-tapping screws are just so I can locate where I need to put the bolts. This bracket's still a little flimsy, so I need another brace on this side to hold the cable when we yank on the e-brake. So almost done with the e-brake. We got most of the wiring for the center console done. Most of the speakers are all hooked up except for the front doors. What I have to still get door speakers because these things were just crap, so they didn't work. Put the other gauge in. I mean, we might use this one for right now. Finish up doing the trim and everything for the cluster. We're almost at 200. Ooh. Well, there's just what the front of the car just came up a little bit. Well, she's coming up on her own. That's interesting. We're almost at 200. So I'll set you up out here so you can see the front of the car raised. Back of the car is all the way up. Sides up way more. Alright, so she is fully aired up. So with these tires, what we're having problems with is here. This whole section, like probably about here, needs to be like just cut and moved out to here. Because I can't steer right now with these tires on because this whole piece is too close. Because I made it arch in with a curve. I should have done it straight out like we did the back here. Like this bottom piece needs to come out too a little bit. But I got enough clearance for steering for the back on both sides. But it's the front right now on both sides what need to be fixed. This flare isn't that bad. I mean, it is the rear, so it's not like they need to turn or anything. This side's just out a little too much. Because it's like, it needs to go in like an inch. This side's like the same for up front. So, this side freaking needs to be cut too and pulled out like a little bit more. This side's not too bad. We can do some more shaping on it. But we are getting there. A little bit at a time. That's all I can do. And I do like these tires. What I'm going to have to run for right now. Because those, I don't think I'll pass inspection with those tires on those rims. And those are really bald on those rims. So they need to be changed out too. But she's fully up. And we'll leave it overnight and see if there's any other leaks. So that should be it for tonight. I've got a lot of work I got to do tomorrow, so I've got to cut it early tonight. So the other thing I need to figure out, besides what I'm doing with the horn, is the windshield washer fluid bucket. I don't know if the motor is bad on it or not yet. That's another thing I've got to test and then run the lines for the windshield wiper fluid sprayers, because I've got sprayers for it now. And then we got to find the spot to put them in the car so we can get the windshield clean. I got low profile ones. I found them. So we got some low profile ones. So they'll be nice. And the black. I don't know if I'm going to keep them that color. Probably will. So we got to find a spot for them. They give me some connectors. What is nice. So I'll stick those over there. And that is it for. And there's no leaks. What I can hear. So I think we're doing pretty good so far on that. Well, that is good. Yay! Air suspension works again. For now. We still have a whole shitload of sanding to do. We got this side almost smoothed out. The other side's going to need way more work. And then we got to finish inside here. Do the whole box. I got to finish that door over there. Extend the reverse light plug, what comes out of the tail light, because I can't reach with the other plug, won't plug in because it's so short inside. Then we got to finish the gaps in between the tailgate and the tail lights, finish that up, and then we can start molding everything around the tail lights and get them all nice and smooth. We can do the roll pan, get that all smoothed out. I mean, it's pretty good so far. But still needs some more work. Like everything else. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we should have most of the body work done and hopefully have the car in primer. We're hoping. Cross our fingers. So, subscribe, stay tuned, keep watching and sharing.